Next up on the pit press at Mountain West Media Days 2026, we got UNM offensive lineman, first team All-Mountain West preseason, first team Malik Aliane. Malik, congratulations, man. How's today been treating you so far?
It's been pretty good, honestly. Been pretty good so far, honestly. A lot more questions than what I thought. Like I thought it was just gonna be like a couple, 1, 2 interviews there, but been busy all morning. Honestly, it's been pretty good.
Well, right on, man. We just talked with Brian Booker. I'll ask you the same thing I asked him, but and you guys went from being the hunter last year, right? Now you guys have the target on your backs. From a lot of the things that we've been reading and following, that a lot of people are choosing UNM to be a contender in the Mountain West. I mean, what would you say to that? And how has this season been kind of shaping up in your mind?
Honestly, I'm excited. Uh, way different from last year. This time, a lot of expectations. Yes, there's pressure, but at the same time, we're like grateful because we know that we're gonna have great games all season. We're gonna get every team's best shot, and I think it's a harder challenge because it's harder to go from 5 wins to 9 than to go from 9 to 10. It's harder to get to reach that double-digit wins, and we're looking forward to the season. Honestly,
Yeah, well, you come from an offensive line group that returns 4 starters from a season ago. There's a lot of cohesiveness, continuity there. That matters a lot, man. And then you got some good running backs behind you too. You got an experienced quarterback. I mean, what would your impression be, or what would you say about the offensive line and being able to kind of hold everyone together? Are you guys wanting to take this a step further and be an elite offensive line?
so honestly, like you said, offensive line is one of those positions where the only way to get better is getting snaps and getting experience. And honestly, I'm excited to have my brothers back. Like I love them to death. They're my family, and just by the sole fact that we already have a whole season together, we're gonna be 10 times better just based off this fact. And this offseason, we've been doing a great job of taking things to the next level. Focus on the little details, making sure like we all get bigger and stronger. And honestly, our we might have lost a couple of running backs from last year, but with the addition of Cam Matthews and Kiefer Sibley, we're gonna be great. We also got a freshman, Gerard, Darion. Our running game is gonna be insane this year. Like I genuinely can't wait for this season. Like our O-line is gonna be so much better, and our offense is gonna be so much better because we're gonna get better. Our offense is hard to master because we run a pro style offense. So, it's a lot of nuance, a lot of little things that you gotta learn and be cautious about. And playing another season with the same coach, with the same O-line, now we don't just know and understand our playbook. We master our playbook. We master our offense. We all understand those little nuances and all those things that are asked from us as offensive linemen that we got to pick up on. The different things from the defense. So honestly, it's going to be a great season. We didn't play the way we wanted last year, but this year we're gonna carry this team.
That's awesome. I'll have one more question, then I'll pass it over to Ed. But I mean, how thankful are you, or to have a head coach like Jason Eck, specifically speaking around like being an offensive lineman? That's where his experience is. That's like he's the offensive line guru, and every place that he's had stops at, the offensive line has grown and has flourished. And I mean, what do you take away from that kind of experience?
Um, Honestly, Coach Eck been doing a great job. Sometimes he comes in our meeting and runs our meeting. Last season he came and did a couple of our meetings. Now, he's a lot around us. And when you talk to him, he doesn't coach the offensive line as much as he used to because he's the head coach. But whenever he comes in and drops his little nuggets of knowledge, you're like, whoa. Like he just has so much knowledge and it's insane. Like I see like every player see things a certain way. But Coach Eck, like when he talks to us about O-line play, like he makes it a certain way where we can all see it the same way. And you can see the experience. And whenever he'll walk by our meetings, he'll walk by the door, just stand around, look at us, and just drop some insane knowledge, like just randomly like that. And Coach Eck has been doing a great job with us. He really like takes care of his O-line, like whatever it is, like whenever we need anything, we know we can call him and he'll take care of us.
Right on, Ed.
You mentioned it being hard to go from 9 to 10 wins. I think it's important because so many people think it's easy. Oh, just order up that win. They look down the schedule. That's a win. That's a win. We know things don't. It's not like that. We know that, and so many fans do that and are guilty of that. But I got to ask you this: you mentioned, maybe you didn't play the way you should last year. You got 9 wins, and for New Mexico fans that are starved for a winning season, that was pretty good. And expectations are a little bit higher. But I've got to ask you, quarterback Jack Lane, we're not certain. He hasn't thrown in the spring. How important is it to have him back as the starting quarterback?
Honestly, like I love Jack. I'm an offensive lineman, so I'll always ride. I love my quarterback, and Jack is one of those players that we're more than teammates. Jack is my brother. I love Jack, and I would love to play for him. But at the end of the day, this is a business, and whoever is the best quarterback coming out of camp is going to be the best quarterback coming out of camp. No bias. Like honestly, I love all of our quarterbacks, and I feel like they all have a fair shot at playing this year. James, Luke, Jack, Enzo, like they're all great quarterbacks. In my opinion, all 4 have a case for starting. And yes, it would be great to have Jack as a starter, but I think any of those 4 guys all of those 4 guys are competitors, and whoever is going to end up starting is going to be the best quarterback. And I think that he'll do great.
It's interesting. Okay, that's interesting that you said that because they brought in Luke Moga. James Lobstein got another year, and Lobstein is a stick mover, man. That dude comes in and moves 6, right?
Oh yeah,
He moves 6.
Hey James.
Yeah. How many first downs did he get for us last year?
Whenever we needed, first of all, we had struggles. Our run game was struggling, and bringing James into our run game really took it to a whole nother dimension. And James is that. It's like he's that dude. James is that dude. We'll always talk trash to his teammates during workouts. Don't hesitate. Will not hesitate to get physical in our team competitions. James is a competitor, and he's the type of person that brings it every day consistently. You'll never see him have a down day. He's always here to compete.
That quarterback room, then you brought in Luke Moga, and Luke Moga has made it clear he's not here. He's not here to sit down, man. And he's been nice about it. He says, "Look, I'm looking. I get it. I can read between the lines." So that quarterback room is going to be something to be to watch. To watch for. It's going to be interesting. And you put it. Hey, whoever's the best one, we'll get the job. But we know, and this is true, Jack Lane is an ex guy. We know he's an ex guy, right? But Coach Eck brought in some comp to maybe push a little, and we'll see what happens there. You mentioned the running back room, and last year I thought the offense did such a good job in scheming screens when they needed them, man. Running between the tackles. You mentioned a pro set offense. Scott Trey Humphrey, what kind of year can we expect from him?
Scotty has took major strides. I think an area where he had to improve, in my opinion, was his vision. And all throughout spring ball, he saw that he has vision now. Scotty's gonna have a great season. The Scotty that we seen and the Scotty that got recruited here is gonna be back this season. I always hang out with him. I always work out with him. I always watch film with him. So I can guarantee you that Scotty's is gonna have a breakout season.
Got some explosiveness at wide receiver. Troy Marion from UNLV, Keegan Johnson. They went down the field to Keegan Johnson. Troy Marion might be a little bit more explosive. Do you think UNM is going to take some more shots down the field this year?
Ooh, I had to stop myself. I had to calm myself here. Definitely, man. We got so many weapons. Like, first of all, Troy, great work ethic. Like, always in one of the first guys here, one of the last guys here, always getting rehab treatment, always taking care of his body. Very smart guy, and the big frame doesn't lie. 6'4", 6'5", 225 pounds, very big body receiver, very athletic, very explosive. Also, one thing that we got to note is Kader Diop is back from injury. And we got freshmen coming in that are going to play this year. The freshmen that we have are not just going to sit all year. First of all, we got Zayo returning. That was a freshman last year. Y'all saw that he played last year. So Coach Lass is not afraid to put freshmen on the field. And I think that we have freshman receivers that are going to play this year.
One more question on standing back there, Erik. You lost tight end Dorian Thomas, but tight end Cade Keith. How important is he?
Cade Keith is he's the prototypical tight end. He's good at blocking and he's good at receiving. And I think that's what he brings to the team. He brings blocking. When I talk to I don't have to communicate that much with CK because he knows his blocking assignments. I don't have to tell him what to do. He'll know. He's very smart, very gritty. When you turn on the tape, that's what you see about Cade Keith. And You know, another year, you saw he was productive last year, and I think this year is going to take that up a notch. And he's been working a lot with the O-line, and so his blocking also has been improving. So, you know, Kate is going to have another great season.
I lied. One more question. Mexico hasn't won a conference title since 1964.
Yeah.
This year they get it done.
This year we're going to get it done. You know, our expectations, that's our goal. You know, calls it championship behavior. This year is actually the year that it's time to be champions.
Erik?
Yeah, man, I don't got anything else. We appreciate your team time, Malik. Good luck this season, man.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Thank you very much.